All right, what else we got out here? Why you gotta be so negative, Gabe? How long before Jordan Pride decommits? What's up with that?
How long?
Well, you know what they say. Life moves at you fast or whatever. I'm Aslan. There's Michael. We're back. I'm wearing the same thing I was wearing however many, 3, 4, 5 hours ago it was, whenever you're watching this. Thanks for being here. Subscribe to Warchant.com, the ultimate Seminoles sports source. All the recruiting news you need over at the Premium Recruiting Board, courtesy of Michael Langston, Matt Lasser, our strong team that we have over at Warchant.com. What else should they do to show some love, Michael?
Definitely hit the like button, guys. Certainly, we love when you hit that, and it certainly helps us promote all these things, good or bad. In this case, bad, but it just helps us handle the business, and certainly keeps us where we can promote all these things. So certainly always hit that like button for us, and that's really a small request. It's free, so it's easy, guys. So yeah, if you can knock that out for us, that'd be fantastic. So let's get it going.
Let's get to it. I mean, it's all right. And it's happens. Kids decommit all the time.
Yep.
We were asked about it by Gabriel. He's obviously got some inside knowledge there, Michael. Jordan Pride decommitting from Florida State. Pride doesn't catch you by surprise, but what does it mean? Why do you think it comes at this point in time?
Yeah, I just think both sides have just it's kind of run its course. Where, I mean, it was a weird recruitment because it was like I said during our chat, he hadn't visited FSU for over a year, and then all of a sudden he visited a couple times. But then when he visited, we didn't even get up with him, to talk with him after the visit. He was kind of sneaking out, and sneaking out as far as even when he visited FSU. So it was kind of like you didn't feel like, you felt like, hey, it's better. You're getting 2 visits, but I felt like he liked Sertan, and he liked what FSU did, but there was just something about the connection between the two just wasn't working, and then he came out with I think there was a story about him going to take visits because of Marcus Woodson leaving, and I don't think that really was the case. I think he was already looking before Woodson was even leaving. So he didn't visit Woodson for a year. So it obviously wasn't just Woodson. So I just think the connection wasn't there, and I think both sides, from what I hear, kind of moved on. They talked, and I think it just wasn't going to work, and he decided to decommit and reopen his recruitment, and certainly Hayes Fawcett, who's phenomenal, broke the news earlier tonight, and it's kind of funny. The guy was asking me earlier in the chat, like, "Hey, when's it going to happen?" I don't know if he knew something, or it was kind of like, this has been lingering for so long. It's kind of like, what's the deal? It's going on. But I just think the connection for both sides just wasn't there, and sometimes the fit just doesn't work out.
Florida State needs some help at safety. They'll probably, I'm thinking, will maybe check out the portal once it opens back up here in a few days. But they obviously do need to start building things within the high school ranks. So
Right.
that does kind of leave a little bit of a sting there.
It does.
Who do they go to from here, I guess, Michael? I know there's hot boards out there, but is there a name or two you think that kind of makes sense?
I think there's several names. I think the top guy for me that is like a realistic option. He's already named FSU his leader. Is Brandon Jacob out of Orlando? He's named FSU the leader. He's visited FSU multiple times. It seems to make a lot of just a lot of sense. 4-star DB, plays the safety position. FSU loves him. He loves FSU. He seems to fit all the connections that FSU looks for in their players. So he's the kind of guy that I like. I think another one for me, obviously, is the top safety on the board, which is KJ Bolden, 5-star. I think Georgia leads, but I think also FSU is certainly a major player there. That one's going to be a tougher pull in that recruitment. Ricardo Jones is another one. He's out of Georgia. It's a FSU Auburn battle. He visited FSU early this spring, raved about it. I think Auburn's really high on his list, so I think certainly FSU is going to have to make a big impact. He's going to be at the FSU spring game on Saturday, so certainly need to make a big impression there. I think you also have Travarius Banks out of Alabama. He's visited FSU multiple times. That's a guy to keep in mind, to look out for. I know it's from Alabama, but there's a lot of connections that have really pushed FSU heavily in the mix. He even told me, "Hey, he wanted to come for the spring game, but he's doing track, so and he can't do it, so he can't be there." And I think he's also has a 7-on-7 in Orlando. So I think those are some of the guys that you have. There's other names on there. People can go through, the hot board and stuff like that, and you can see, all my safety board, and I go through all of them. You still have C.J. Hurd committed, so that's one commitment. But they do have to find somebody to add on with the Jordan Pride loss, and then they also you have to get an additional guy besides that. So you want like 3 if you can in this class. But there's some work to do. But there's also strong possibilities of what FSU is. Like I said, Brandon Jacob is the one that I think they're probably going to push for heavily to get in this class and replace Pride in this class.
KJ from Mount Tallahassee. It's nice, man.
There you go.
Yeah, I guess not the buzz, but is the assumption that Pride probably starts looking closer at Florida, or is there another team in the mix for him? You think?
Well, the thing is, Florida's about to get a commitment from the number 2 safety in the country. I forget his name. It's a funky name. Yeah, but he's about to get it. They're about to get a commitment from him. And then there's another safety that's really high on Florida. So I don't know if, and I haven't heard as much buzz around Florida, which is why I thought things might have been calming down. But yeah, that's him, Xavier Filisami, I guess. But I thought things were calming down. And then Jordan said, hey, he wants to take visits to all these other schools. So that's why I think it's a mutual thing where it's like, hey, you know what? Maybe it's not working out for both sides because FSU's not getting the feeling of him wanting them. And then kind of vice versa where I think Jordan just isn't feeling it. And I think he actually had a bad leg injury, but that's beside the point. We obviously wish him well, even with his injury recovery. But I just think overall, just sometimes just the fit just doesn't match both sides. And we've known Norvell when he feels like something's off, he is not shy about going in there and saying, hey, I think we need to move apart, and I think we both need to look at something else. This isn't working out. Let's move on. So I'm not saying that happened because I haven't heard that call, but I have a feeling there was some mutual conversation because this has been going on for a while. So why all of a sudden on Wednesday night, just out of the blue, you're going to do it when this has been going on for a year? So it makes me think it's somewhat mutual about for both sides that it'll be better. But I think Brandon Jacobs the number 1 guy as far as the most realistic. Obviously, the top guy will be KJ Bolden, 5-star plus. But I think Jacob is the most realistic. And then I went over some other options to certainly keep an eye on. So there's a lot of options. And it does sting because he's a good player, Jordan is. Let's not act like he's just doo-doo once they leave. I mean, he is a great player. So we want to make sure we state that. But certainly FSU will have to replace him. And like I said, there's a lot of options out there for him.
All right, that's a wrap on us. So thanks for being here. Michael's got to be hard at work, keeping you updated on everything recruiting with this big weekend coming up over on the premium recruiting board. Everything you want to know. You're watching this at like Wednesday night, really late, so you really like this stuff. $29.99, premium access, full, complete. You can ask Michael all the questions you want. He'll answer them like that because that's what he does. He updated the thread like at 3 o'clock in the morning yesterday. Anyhow, all right, we're done. Michael, thanks as always, man.
You got it, man.